Hello, and welcome to this video explaining the caregiver structured trauma-related experience and symptom screener or the stress. This video is specifically for the caregiver stress that you may give to youth from ages 7 all the way up to age 17. So this first area is if somebody is just completing their baseline, and then I will show you one where somebody has completed at least 2 different screeners. So for this top part, let me just go through and explain some of this. You'll see the provider. You'll see what program that the client is in, and you'll also see their CID. Then up here, you will see the type of stress that was given, because it could be a child, a youth, a caregiver, or the adult stress. The next section here deals with the symptoms. And this is categorized based upon what the stress has told us, which is intrusion, avoidance, cognitive mood, and arousal and reactivity. And so anything with this area where you see a number above this green area but in the red, and you'll know it by having the X here, this means that they meet the criteria for the specific symptom. So here we see that somebody meets the criteria for intrusion. Here it's for avoidance. They meet cognitive mood, but they do not meet arousal or reactivity. The next section below that deals with the specific questions that the client has answered to. We have a key here that explains what the different numbers mean, and also the specific questions. Then over on the right-hand side, we have the different trauma-related events that the caregiver has said that the child has experienced. So it could be that the adult is away from home, that the child has been separated from the caregiver for more than just a few days. And then the last section here tells us if there are elements that the child has issues with on a day-to-day basis, such as issues making friends, completing homework, going to school, these sort of things. This is just day-to-day life. The stress itself is meant to allow for the therapist or the clinician to, as a tool, to help decide if a client potentially meets the criteria for PTSD or if they ultimately do have PTSD. So then the bottom part here, this is then if a client were to have completed a baseline and then a follow-up. So we see the original score, that's what this first score is, and then we see the follow-up. So here they met both criteria, here they meet both, but now they do not. Then you can also compare where they were for their first set of questions, the baseline, and then where their follow-up is. So you can see the question and then how they answered on both. Once again, you have the key, and then again, you have the traumatic events that the caregiver states that the child has experienced. And then these are the issues for the day-to-day life. So as I said before, like making or keeping friends, doing schoolwork, getting along with other kids their age. These are all different things that can show that they have difficulties potentially with PTSD impacting their daily lives. So again, this is simply a tool. It is not meant to, like, they meet it, they don't. This just allows you to see how a client is potentially doing. We do hope that a client will complete their original baseline within a month or 2 of starting within the TRYP program, and then every 6 months thereafter, so that we can see a trend, hopefully, within the client, and hopefully it'll be something to where they're improving through the services that they happen to be receiving. Thank you.